Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here with some more Hearthstone, and it's time for some solo content, specifically the Dalaran Heist that was released with Rise of Shadows. Join the newly formed League of Evil in their attempt to subdue the magical treasure-filled city of Dalaran. Help these 5 people out over 5 chapters to overcome the many obstacles the magical city presents, and get them what they most desire, be it revenge, treasure, power, or something extremely nebulous in the case of Archthief Rafaam, the ringleader of the group. But hey, you're helping out even though you're tanking all of the danger for them. Surely you'll get something in return, right? Right? You really should have read that contract a bit more when you signed up for the League of Evil. We're going to be playing Chapter 1 on normal difficulty. Normal because Heroic can be really difficult. The people that you're up against in Heroic tend to have better hero powers and decks, and later on in your run, they can become truly monstrous. Normal still has its challenge, and it's what people have to start with, because you can't try to clear somewhere in Heroic until you've cleared it in normal. And we're going to be starting with Chapter 1, because Chapter 1 is the chapter that everyone gets for free. If you want to get the rest of them, you either have to buy it using in-game gold or real money. Let's go! I've cleared all 5 chapters, both in normal and heroic. That's why they're glistening and golden. If Dalaran really was made out of gold, I'd understand why they'd want to steal it. Let's go with Chapter 1.
The Bank of Dalaran. You be distracting all the guards. We be taking all the loots.
I get the feeling you don't care about my well-being, Togwaggle, but I'll go along with it anyway. Before we press go, let's have a look at the anomaly. The anomaly is something that affects both players all the time, or not all the time in the case of the one with Murlocs. If we want, we could have both players start the game with 2 extra cards and mana crystals. We're not going to be doing that because the later encounters can get monstrously difficult if they start with 6 mana as opposed to 4. Let's go! And we're not playing as the typical heroes this time round. The League of Evil have recruited people from all over, some from World of Warcraft, some unique to Hearthstone. And I've cleared Chapter 1 with...
Me, I'm Nexties. Give me something good!
Old Barkai for a start. One of my favourite heroes. He's the Hunter. I've also cleared it as the Shaman, another one I quite like playing.
You want to dance swiftly?
Vasina's pretty good. I also like Squeamish the Druid.
We take many forms!
The Druid buckets that you get are really good, so you know this follows the same format that was started in the dungeon runs, but there are a few things that change it up. I also like playing as George.
I'll make them pay for what they did to Carl.
We'll never know what happened to Carl, but it must have been terrible. But this time, I'm going to be playing as a class I don't typically get very far with.
Ready for target practice!
I'm going to be playing as Captain Eudora, the Rogue. You also get the choice of different hero powers if you meet certain criteria, like summoning pirates to get that one, or drawing cards. You'll get them as you keep playing. We only have the Dagger Mastery for now, so we'll take that. We do have a different deck choice though. Unlike in previous dungeon run style solo content, we do have choices here. We unlock more as we defeat bosses. This one is full of cards that give you death rattles, steal things, and buff up weapons. And it's the one I'm going to be going with.
Wearing the dead lady banker. She is always switching cards.
There are a lot of different people you can come up against, and some of them appear only in specific chapters, while others are more likely to appear later on. This one I think is unique to Chapter 1. Marie Loom. She'll exploit your finances, but she won't finance your exploits. Alas. Her hero power is one that goes off every turn. Swap the leftmost card in each player's hand with one in their deck. We're going to have to be careful and play what we want to play as soon as we can. Come on, Eudora. Let's see if we can clear the first chapter of the heist. We may do. We may. Heroic mode is for master criminals. All the encounters are more difficult. Oh, that they are.
Eudora versus Murray.
Things are about to get messy!
Another busy day. Next in line.
I'm gonna keep everything here. Everything's 2 mana. I'll get to play one of them at some point. Now you see here that there is a cache of coins. This is the running theme of Chapter 1. That your opponent starts with a cache of coins that when it's destroyed gives both players 2 coins. We are raiding a bank after all. Hello.
Are you a salty one?
Please don't distract me.
I know you're busy. Let's get on with it.
Sorry, this is the wrong line. Next.
Oh, don't I know the pain of joining the wrong line. Now, we could play the Serrated Tooth and then the Goblin Autobarber next turn, if that card wasn't going to get cycled out. So we're just going to play it now. Each of the heroes you can play have different emotes compared to the standard person for that class, and they even have unique interactions with certain cards and certain opponents. It's all pretty nifty.
No cutting.
I wasn't cutting, I joined the line that you told me to join. And that card is gone. Right. We don't really have much that we can play right now, except playing this, and then playing the Serrated Tooth, and going face. Our opponent doesn't have much health, we don't have much health, and neither of us have many cards, like in a normal dungeon run.
Filled out form 489C.
I filled out 489D, is that good enough? I don't think it is it? You're going face as well. Fair enough. Let's play the Hench Clan Burglar and discover a spell from another class. Ooh, that one's pretty good. We'll take that one. And keep hitting you. At the beginning of a normal run, you can be quite aggressive and quite reliably
You'll
win.
have to get back in line for this. Sorry.
Oh, but I got the
Waiting
form
can
right
be
there.
So tiring, huh?
That it can. I did not know you had that card. Fortunately, we can get rid of that by playing the South Sea Squid Face and then hitting you in the face, because this, when it's destroyed, will give all my minions rush. You know what? Let's do it. There we go. That is gone, and then I think we'll discover a Death Rattle card. None of these are particularly good, but I'll take that one. My opponent is out of cards.
Next.
I like that the animation was slightly different there, because that card was the... Ooh! That card was the first one to
Lord's running low.
get rid of the fatigue there. Now, we need to play this and then hit you. You're running out of cards after all, and you'll start taking quite a bit of damage. I like that the fatigue damage goes off first. The lines will end, because eventually you will perish. In fact, you're going to perish next turn. No amount of demons will save you, unless that was Mal'Ganis.
Cards. Better get pillaging.
We don't need to pillage you, Dora.
Grape shot, mongrel.
We've got this in the bag. The loot bag, as it were.
Oh no.
You sound so sad to be defeated. Victory is ours! Hurrah! We have quite a choice here for treasures. There are new treasures introduced in the Dalaran Heist, and this one is a really good one for us. Death Rattles trigger twice. Alternatively, every friendly minion that dies can give us 2 armor, or the Elixir of Vim. The Elixir of Vim is dangerous because you will mill quite a lot of cards. On the other hand, you'll never run out of choices for what you can play. We're going to pick the Totem of the Dead. And we're going to look for death rattle cards and lament as the game gives us none. Alas. We have a trickery bucket that has the lab recruiter, the augmented Elic, and Sonya Shadow Dancer. That's not especially good. We have the spell slinger bucket that gives us a wide variety of spells and a violet teacher. It's okay. And then we have legends: Leroy Jenkins, Baron the Fox, Ragnaros. If in doubt, take a bucket full of legends.
Wearing the dead lady banker. She is always switching cards.
She's back for round 2, everyone! We went to leave, and then she told us that we had to join a line for leaving.
Eudora versus Murray.
This can rarely happen.
Things are about to get messy.
Another busy day. Next in line.
We'll keep this entire hand. Now her health is higher, and she does have a few more cards. Ooh, Kingsbane. That is a death rattle card. But I think I'll get Grull. No, I probably won't be able to play Grull the Shark in time. A new bar ambusher it is. It's got pretty good stats for its cost. And the shuffling begins again. Random demon? Not bad. Playing this unfortunately denies us our turn 3 play, but it puts a minion on the board.
How much is this worth to you?
If we had a card from another class, that would be a 3/4 with Rush. And we haven't yet destroyed the cache of coins.
Everyone has demons.
I don't want to get rid of that. Well, we have a play for later. Leroy Jenkins. So, let's start going face. We definitely have a turn 4 play. Bye-bye, a new bar ambusher. You'd have been good to have played next turn. Ooh. Felguard. And you're trading. Okay. Do I want to play this? I'll actually play this. Entomb. That could be nice, especially considering I don't have too many cards. We'll take it. And I'm not going to trade here. I'll wait for you to make the trade. Goodbye, South Sea Squidface.
Why do you call?
A buffed Voidwalker. At least I can now get rid of this using my dagger. And the Squidface is back. Marvellous. Now, I want to play the Tomb Pillager here.
Thank you.
And not trade. You're going to buff these demons up quite a bit. Goodbye, Marin. Hello, Ragnaros. Oh, you're just going face and getting rid of... Oh no, that's going face as well. Oh dear. Well, that's unfortunate. Do have a coin, though. Ah, I have 2 coins, because death rattles trigger twice. So you know what? It's time. It is time to burn all the paperwork. Aha! Very nice. Goodbye, Leroy. Inferno. You're just going to go face, aren't you? No! You're going to trade! Fair enough. Now we can hero power and get a buff to the attack of that weapon. We're going to do that. And then play this to get another minion. I'd have gone face, personally, against that Ragnaros. Because the Ragnaros can't target its damage. Not specifically, anyway. But on normal, the AI isn't too good at making the correct play. Unfortunately for you, it's over.
Now that's a nice shot.
Please don't distract me.
Oh, I won't be anymore.
Oh no.
Is it round 3 after this? I doubt it. We'll probably be facing someone else. In general, you need to build a deck that is not fair when you're playing the Dalaran Heist. You need to build something that has a combination of treasures and cards that gives you a huge advantage. Let's see if we have any death rattle effects here. That's a death rattle effect, though I don't particularly want that one. We have a death rattle effect there. We have a death rattle effect here, and some more legends. Gotta be careful though, if you have too many legendary minions, you'll usually get destroyed in the early game. And then again, a lot of this is not that great for early. You know what? I'm gonna take Cogs and Gears, because, Ziliax is pretty good. We do have a Goblin Auto Barber that synergizes with the Mech Warper, and we do have the Mechanical Yeti. Then again, this is really good. We can take this now, and then start taking earlier game stuff later. You know what? We'll take the Legends now. Why not? We're now playing against Tipsy Wobbleroon. She adds a random portal to her hand for 2 mana. In Heroic mode, that's 1 mana. And her deck's quite a bit better. We should be okay this time, though.
Eudora versus Tipsy.
Things are about to get messy!
Are you crashing my portal party?
Well, not quite. We're just passing because we're stealing things and... Okay, yes, we are. I want a death rattle card more than anything. Because I don't know what class you are. You might be a mage. That's not a great card to see on turn 1. Do I want that or that? I want that, actually, I think.
Oh, you a salty one.
Hello.
It's my party, and I'll crash if I wanna.
That you will. We want to play the Serrated Tooth, most likely. Yep. We want to start getting rid of the charges of this so that we can get that rush effect. Ooh. Mana Reservoir. That's a little bit scary. Do I want 2 Death Rattle cards? Yes. Hey, I could play some of these.
Hey, the rape
Now,
shot,
I
Wobbro.
want to... If I do that, I'll get to 4. You know what? I'm going to do that. I have a plan. And hopefully it'll work. I think it will. Right. I'm going to play the Kaboom Bot. Then I'm going to hit this in the face, giving this rush, destroying this. Coin, Edwin Van Cleef. You want to get rid of the cache of coins when it will most benefit you, keeping in mind that your opponent will also have those coins. Now that's got spell damage +2. Oh, there's a lot of spell damage here. This could hurt. Is this an Arcane Explosion?
Someday I'll be just like you.
No, it's a Sorcerer's Apprentice. I'm glad for that. Now I feel like playing, if we have 8 damage, 10 damage, we have 16 damage on the board, but
Thank you.
it's best that we don't play Leroy right now. I'm gonna do this instead. Death Rattle Trigger twice. 8 damage. You're trading. That's what I like to see. 2 more coins. We can play Ragnaros next turn.
I'll be just like you.
We're not going to, though, because we don't need to.
I'd be lost at sea without ya.
It's my party, and I'll crash if I wanna.
Oh, really? Look who's crashing the party now.
Let's do this.
Kapow! Victory is ours. We're not doing too badly, but it's early days. It could get far worse.
Oh, Untold Splendor is random. Otherwise it'd be told.
Indeed. Now that shuffles 5 random treasures into your deck, which is pretty good. If you have a way of reliably drawing those treasures, you'll be in good stead. The Grimmer Patron is like Grim Patron, but even more powerful, as it summons a copy of itself at the end of the turn. And then they summon copies of themselves next turn. And next turn. And then there's the... Candles? A great way of getting rid of boards, and I'm tempted by the candles because I don't have much in the way of board clear. I'm gonna go with the candles. As for the buckets I've got here, here's a death rattle one, and it's got Nazoth. Yes.
Breaking from chaos and greed with relaxing beverage.
This is new to the Dalaran Heist. Friendly encounters. Bartender Bob. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your deck. This is an entirely beneficial encounter with no danger. Modify your adventure deck this run, add or remove minions, and more! Let's see what we get. We're in the Bourbon Murloc.
Ah, friendly face. Usual?
This is what we can do. We have 2 gold pieces, and some of these cost 0, some of them cost 1. I don't think anything costs 2. We could recruit a minion for 1 coin. We could guarantee that a minion always starts in our hand for 1 coin.
What do I do here?
Apart from order a drink, we could also add 3 copies of something into our deck. And you know what? We're gonna add Ken 3 times.
I appreciate the extra business.
It's a really good card to have 4 of. As for Right Hand Man, I feel like putting
Now shake on it.
this minion in my hand all the time. It's a really good minion to play on turn 3. We don't want to fire all of these, we don't want to recruit any of them, they're not especially good for our deck, and we don't want to burn any spells, we don't have that many. That's pretty much it. Can we say hi?
Are you a salty one?
Your coin is welcome here. Just stay out of trouble.
Well, we don't have any more coin, so let's go.
Safe travels.
Thank you. How nice to have a friendly face. It's time for Pogo. This bionic bouncing machine has gone completely rogue. Choose a minion. Shuffle 3 copies of it into your deck. Note that says a minion, not a friendly minion.
Eudora versus Pogo.
Hello, Pogo.
Things are about to get messy!
We don't need the candles right now, but then again we could keep them. I'm going to get rid of the Hench Clan Burglar and keep the candles. Not surprised to see Can there. After all, there are a lot of cans in there. Ysera, that's a bit more worrying.
Are you a salty one?
Emotion sensors disabled.
That's concerning.
I can fix anything.
Not surprisingly, Pogo's deck revolves around mechs. Do we want to pilfer right now? No, we want to dagger up and hit this before you play a mech. Too late, there's a mech. That's troubling, and it's gonna get tougher every single turn that passes. Oh, I enjoyed playing with this minion a lot when it was in Standard. I used Hobgoblin with it. You know what? I don't want to see any of this. Away with you. We get some coins, and now we'll hit the face. Note your opponent does not get coins if you have the double death rattle triggering treasure. The treasures only help you most of the time. I feel like playing the Hench Clan Burglar. Ooh, a new challenger's pretty good. Stand Against Darkness is also pretty good. That's a turn 5 play, but then again, we do have loads of coins. I'm gonna pick new challenger. We can play that next turn. Oh dear.
Operation bounce. Mission start.
That's troubling. We do not want Pogo to play lots of Pogo Hoppers. The gimmick of Pogo's deck is pretty much to make super powerful Pogo Hoppers. Good thing we have this spell that's now Twin Spell, Twin Spell. They're all gone. And I feel like using a coin to play the Blink Fox. Ooh, prep. Keep that in mind for a new challenger card. Bright Nozzle Crawler. And a Togwaggle scheme to shuffle 5 of them into the deck. That's not good. That's not good at all. I feel like coining out... If I coin out the new challenger, though, the poisonous minion with Rush will just kill whatever I create. I feel like...
Got to think, Eudora.
Indeed, I feel like spreading out a bit. We'll do this instead. And then we'll also pilfer. Ooh. That does reduce the next spell by 2. We could get a lot of damage in here. But I'm going to wait until that minion is off the board. Chances are Pogo's going to draw another one. Ooh, Spark Drill. That's not good to see. And here come the coins. Fortunately, Pogo doesn't have many more resources right now. Pogo's going to coin out the other one. And now I can hit this and use another one of the candles. Notice that each one I use, there's one candle snuffed out. Nice touch. We need to play something this turn, and not a twin spell. There we go. We can now coin, and prep, and bring out a new challenger. These are not very good. But out of all of them, this one's the best. A 5/5 Divine Shield Taunt, not bad. That needs to die right now. Oh, that needs to die right now. We do not want you to keep drawing cards, Pogo. Not at all. Now, we have 8 mana, and we want this to go off. So, we could 2, 5, nope, not enough. Not enough. So instead, we're just going to have to play something beefy, and then get rid of this, and start hitting you in the face. We're running low on cards, and our opponent has a lot of cards. And there's another Bright Nozzle Crawler. And another Bright Nozzle Crawler. Okay. Now we can do something with this. But I want to be able to play the candles too.
For honor.
Let's trade here. And here. And then we're going to South Sea Squid Face. One more candle. We have a pretty good board here. And we can make it better. Cogmaster's Wrench with no max. Okay, take some cans. Okay, now it's got a mech, but I can... You're going face, are you? Oh, that probably is not a good plan. That's not a good plan at all. You know what I want? I want a treasure. Treasures are good. Let's see what we get. Golden Kobold. You know what? My hand pretty much is full of legendaries, so... I'm not sure how good that is.
Pogo actuators actuating.
Can you actuate them not while I'm playing against you? That's gonna die. That's definitely gonna die. We could deal a lot of damage here, and we will.
Thank you.
Sharp Sword Oil. And of course it went on the minion that I just played. Alas, but we still have a lot of damage here. Don't press that, me. Had to get rid of that 4 attack.
Take heart.
There's your can, but it's a little too late. You really like shuffling Cairn in. To be fair, Cairn is a really nice minion. But I think it's over.
Must be a bit seasick.
Motion sensors disabled.
Careful.
Victory is ours! We're not doing too badly, but it's gonna get more difficult. Will Eudora be able to make her way through the Bank of Dalaran? Will the League of Evil succeed in their scheme? And will Hogger finally be able to best Sylvanas and take his rightful place as the leader of the Horde? Find out next time in the conclusion of the Dalaran Heist, Chapter 1.